Hey everybody, welcome back to Hey Let's Practice. This is Brett helping you practice your way through the Hal Leonard guitar method. If you're enjoying the channel so far, you're getting some use out of it, do the YouTube thing, subscribe to the channel, drop a like, leave a comment, let me know how you're doing. My Patreon link is also available in the description below if you want to support the channel that way. And finally, if you're interested in lessons, the link to my lessons email is also in the description below, so hit me up if you're interested in lessons. So today we got another fun one. This is another strumming pattern, another accompaniment pattern, informally sort of known as Boom-Chucka. This is number 88 on page 39 of the Hal Leonard guitar method. And in this exercise, we're going to play several chords. So let's go over the chords real quick before we go over the pattern. So the chords are our G chord. We've got our third finger on the low G, third fret of the E string. We've got our second finger on the B, which is the second fret of the A string. We've got our open D, G, B, and we've got our pinky down here on the third fret of the E string, playing the top G. So I've got our G chord here. Right? Our next chord that we have is our D chord, which starts on our open D string. Whoops, sorry, open D string. First finger on the second fret of the G string A. Sorry. There it is. There it is. And then I've got my third finger on the third fret of the B string, which is the D. And then the second finger on the top fret, second fret of the top E string, which is the F sharp. So open D, A, D, F sharp. Okay, so that's our second chord. We've got our G chord, we've got our D chord, and we've got our E minor, which is open E, second finger, second fret of the A string, which gives us a B. Third finger on the second fret of the D string, which gives us an E, and then open everything else. Okay. That's our third chord, and then we go from there. We move our third finger down to the third fret of the third fret of the E string, which gives us a G, B, open D, F, G, B, and then F up here, first fret of the E string, which is our G7 chord. Then I move these two fingers one string over for a C and an E. Sorry. Open G. Move this one over one string for the C. Open E string. C chord. Right? Then I go back to my G. Back to my C. And then I leave this in place and bring these two over. Third finger on the E string for the F sharp. Second finger on the second fret of the A string, the G string, which gives us an A. So all the chords in order, and then of course, once we play it as many times as we feel like it, then we land on a G again, right? If you've been following along with these videos, you know that I'm using what I call the 2-3-4-G as opposed to the 1-2-3-G, because it's just a little easier. 1-2-3-G. I can do that, but the 2-3-4-G is just easier. Right? And then D, C, E minor, G7, C, back to G, back to C, D7. And then the repeat takes you back to the beginning. And you can take that repeat as many times as you want. When you're playing a song, a chord progression will happen sometimes 20, 30, 40 times before the song is over. So play it as many times as you want. Okay, now we've played a strumming pattern before where we said 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So we've said quarter, eighth, quarter, eighth, eighth. We've said that before. What we haven't said so far is to just play the root of the chord. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this bottom string. I'm going to say boom, chucka, boom, chucka. Then I make my transition. Boom, sorry, boom, chucka. Go to the E. Okay, so the best way to practice this at first is to just leave plenty of space in between the measures. So if you're still having trouble getting to the chord transitions from one to the next chord, just say this. So go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and set up the next chord. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and set up the next chord. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and set up the next chord. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and set up the next chord. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and set up the next chord. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and set up the next chord. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and set it up again, and go around again, right? So the best way to practice it is to give yourself plenty of time and not feel like you're in any rush. And don't be surprised if you, A, make mistakes along the way and hit the wrong bass string over and over and over again. And B, if you place your fingers a little incorrectly, like this one is a little too far forward, this one's a little bit too far back, so I get a little bit of a thud, that sort of thing, or that sort of thing. If the finger isn't 100% properly placed, this happens all the time. Try to place your fingers right behind the frets as much as you can, right? C chord, right behind the frets as much as you can. But don't be surprised if that doesn't happen 100%. Also, this sort of accompaniment, it's okay if you hit another string other than the root on beat 3. If you accidentally say, that sort of thing. If you miss that bass note for a moment, it's okay. The motion is the important thing. It's the boom, chucka, boom, chucka, boom, chucka, boom, chucka, and so forth. So if you miss the string, it's okay. Try to go around again and try to hit it the next time. If you listen to a lot of the great Boom-Chucka players, that whether they're like country and bluegrass for the most part, folks, they're pretty accurate, but they don't worry about it. So if they hit the wrong note, they're still hitting a note in the chord. Every note that I'm playing here is a note in the chord. So if I hit this on beat 3 and this on beat, if I hit this on beat 1, I hit this, or something else on beat 3, it's still a chord tone. So yeah, don't sweat it too much. Take it nice and slow. Let's go really, 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 really slow. So I'm gonna say 1, 2, and ready, go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and now D, 2, and 3, 4, now E, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and now G7. G7. Whoops. Right? Okay. So I hit the wrong bass note once. In a live music situation, nobody cares. It's not that big a deal. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned is that when I make that chord transition, I say 1, 2, and 3, 4, and I'm hitting the D, which gives me time to get to the chord. I hit the E, which gives me time to get to the chord. This one, I've got to make it on time. Open D, plenty of time. Okay? And then final thing, I can release on that last eighth note that gives me time to get back to the G. I don't have to say 4 and 1. I don't have to do it in the millisecond between the end of 4 and 1. So you've got a lot of flexibility here. So you're going to discover all of these things on your own. Just play this exercise like 100 times. Sit with some YouTube on and earbuds in and just saying, okay, and just play it nice and soft over and over and over and over and over. And you'll sort of discover a lot of these minor little tips and tricks on your own. I think that's about it that I have for this one. If you have any questions, of course, leave a comment. If there's something that I haven't covered, I'd love to hear about it. So, hope you're doing well. Hope you're having fun playing the guitar, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye-bye, folks.